My Leos, how are you doing? Adrian Nelson here from ahngreatlife.com. Welcome to this general love reading for you. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you see it is the right time. But to let you know that I'm recording this for you on January the 21st, 2022. So we're going to look at your oracle cards, we're going to look at some tarot, we're going to look at some of the things that you want to look out for, that you want to be aware of. And also, if any of you are interested in learning how to read oracle cards or tarot cards, I've got my step-by-step tarot reading course, as well as a free oracle card reading course. There's a link for that down below in the description. You're more than welcome to sign up. Have a look for that. Okay, so let's see what we've got for you for oracle cards, what messages it is that are here for you, Leo, pertaining to love. Okay, dokie, I hope that you are ready, because I am super ready. Commander Ashtar, call to action. It's time to take some action here, Leo. It says, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Listen, Leo, there's some conversations that need to be had over here. All right. I feel that some people need to speak here to some people. I feel that for you, it's really time to take action over here. It's time to take the lead over here. So maybe you've had a little bit of a thing going on with someone for a while, or maybe you've had your eye on someone for a while. And this is one of those spaces where you are strongly encouraged to just shine that beautiful Leo energy of yours. Also, I feel that for some of you, there is a sense of unfulfillment in your life. Even if some of you are with someone at the moment, there is that sense of unfulfillment. Maybe you got into a connection or relationship that sort of just kind of like went, through the motions and went through the paces, but it's maybe not feeling so fulfilling anymore. And it might be time to have that conversation with someone to let them know, this is how I'm feeling. This is what my needs are. And, can we sort of speak around that? Because I do see that somebody needs to take charge in this situation. And I would say that the person that needs to take charge in this situation is you. Because this is you, Leo, not really being, sort of like happy to just kind of like play sort of like second fiddle, sort of like a blah blah sort of connection. This is you being ready for everything, This is you being ready for that beautiful high level commitment, that high level connection. And so what you are being strongly encouraged here is to really sort of like stand up, even if you like look into a mirror and look in your own eyes and say, this is what I want. This is what I'm open to. This is what I desire. This is what I claim for myself. Okay. Because while some of you might maybe be in a connection, it's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with the person. It might just be that, sometimes we let things slip and slide. And then you kind of, get to a point where you might have kind of given a little bit too much, and it's time to sort of like take that energy back. It's time for you to really be the captain of your ship when it comes to your own heart. Okay, it's time for you to take that control and really speak to life. What is it that you want? And especially if you are not with someone at the moment, what do you want? What do you really, really want? Not what are you prepared to settle for? What are your friends telling you to settle for? People saying like, oh, you're being too picky and you shouldn't be so selective. And my question is always like, why would you not want to be selective when it comes to your heart, when it comes to your feelings, when it comes to your emotions? Why would you want to settle? Because settling really implies you going for something that is not really what you want, but you're like, no, well, I'll just go for that, And if you're the kind of person that can live with that sort of thing, no worries. But I feel for many of you, there's a sense of unfulfillment. And unfortunately, this could be for some of you, you can actually be with someone at the moment and also have that sense of unfulfillment. Or many of you may have been styling this whole thing of like, I'm on my own, I don't need anybody, I'm doing my thing, But there's a sense of loneliness that's creeping in here. And also be careful that loneliness doesn't make you settle, sort of like for the obvious choices and stuff like that. This might maybe be a message just for someone, but if you've got somebody that's sort of like throwing themselves at you, and they seem almost like low-hanging fruit, it might not be the best option for you. All right. And if you do get together with someone like that, I would say be very clear about your intentions right from the very start. Otherwise, there could be a lot of pain that's coming about here. All righty. Illumination. Okay. So things might not be exactly the way that they seem. I feel that for some of you, you could be dealing with someone that they're not sort of like on the same page as you are. All right. So maybe you want to get married and they don't want to get married, or vice versa type of thing. For some of you, you could also be, I do unfortunately pick up, Leo, that a lot of you are in commitments or connections at the moment that is not feeling very sort of like fulfilling. Maybe that connection itself, you can see it progressing to that next level, but it's not really that fulfilling. And some of you could also be dealing with someone that is outright lying. All right. Creatively bending the truth, whatever it is that you want to call it. And I feel that for some of you, you understand that in many ways it is time to step away. Okay. Because it's almost like the fog is clearing on certain things that you either can't ignore anymore or just choose to not ignore anymore. Okay, let's see what we've got for you in tarot, beautiful Leos. What is it that the universe would like to communicate to you regarding these connections that you have? For some of you, things are tough. And for some of you, you may realize that you may have been selling yourself short there for a while. And I don't see you being willing to do that any longer. Okay, let's see what we have. Yep. All right. So, 9 of Wands and the Justice card. Okay. So I feel that for many of you, you are. You may have had a very good run with someone. You may have had a very good connection with them, but it's almost like, and it's difficult in life when these things happen. So if any of you, if you're having this situation at the moment, I'm sending you so much love. But for some of you, there is a space where it could be the person that you're with. It could also be someone in their circle or your circle. So it's obviously a general reading, so you have to take it as it resonates. But there might be that one person or even that one thing that's not being spoken about, that issue that's sort of hanging in the room, that white elephant that's in the room, needs to be addressed. Because something is overshadowing everything else over here. And I see that you're getting clarity for who and what it is that you need to step away from. Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. There's breakthroughs happening over here. Breakthroughs in money, career. You might be dealing with someone, and this is a little sad when this happens, but for many of you, you might be dealing with someone that they can sort of be with you when things are difficult and when things are challenging and that sort of thing. But when things become more smooth sailing, they may have some trouble with abundance. They may have some self-sabotage happening within themselves. It could also be in you, obviously, but there's a space here of, I would almost say, I don't really want to call it deception. In some ways it might be, but this is almost a space of almost like being a little bit in the dark about life itself, almost like wishful thinking that might not be the most healthy sort of way. So for some of you, it's time to really step away from some negative patterns that might be over here, where you might be dealing with someone that actually wants to be miserable, and that without them realizing, maybe they create those sort of dark situations for themselves. And I see you being ready for so much more. We're having a look to see things that you want to look out for. Ace of Cups and the 5 of Wands. Now, some of you have really tried to make a situation work. You've really tried to make a connection work. And Leo, this is such a thing, because I feel that for some of you, there's that space where you're actually with someone, and that person is kind of like in that vibe of, listen, I want to be with you forever, I want to marry you, let's raise a family together, let's travel the world, whatever it is. And I feel that inside of you, you're not really sort of sharing that sense of happiness and joy and like all the things that they have, because it's almost like what you may have been ignoring for a while, you can't ignore any longer. 9 of Pentacles and also the Page of Swords. So I do see that for some of you, the better option at the moment might actually be that some of you decide to take the path of life on your own. I don't know if this is a message for someone, but it seems like someone's moving back in with their mother. But I see that for some of you, you need some time to heal. You may have been in a connection even within your own mind, because when we don't let go of the past, it still lives very much in our head. But for some of you, there's sort of like emotional conflict. And I feel that for some of you, you realize that you're not really ready for that high level commitment or connection, or you might not be ready to have it with a certain person. And so there is that space of having to walk away. And this is one of those healing spaces that can be very, very challenging sometimes. So I'm sending you lots and lots of love from my heart, and we'll see what your next set of readings are bringing out for you as well. But this is what I got for you at this particular point in time, Leo. I hope that it helps. I sent you lots and lots of love. And if you found this helpful, it resonated with you, I'd really appreciate you liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, hitting the notification bell. And for those of you that are also interested in looking, taking a closer look at your own energy and growing that energy, you can also benefit from that special that I have available: full regression hypnosis session, full tarot reading. Tarot reading you don't pay for. You can use it for yourself. You can use it for others. You can either email me, my address is down below, or also check out my website, ahngreatlife.com. From my heart, namaste, love and light. Bye, beautiful souls.